Hello and welcome to the Westferry Times Deep Dive. I'm Emily. Wow, what a night, what a result we're here to talk about. Tottenham Hotspur, UEFA Europa League champions.
Yeah,
Finally. After what, 36 long years?
incredible. Just incredible.
The atmosphere is still buzzing, and yeah, we're going to dive right into how this historic win happened.
It really was something special, Emily. You saw it in the fans' faces, didn't you? Pure emotion. This could genuinely be, well, a massive turning point for Spurs.
Absolutely. And to help us unpack it, all the tactics, those key moments, what it all means, we're so pleased to have Michael Davies back with us. As many of you know, Michael's a former Premier League midfielder, now a top football analyst. Michael, it's great to have you back on the Westferry Times.
Thanks, Emily. Great to be back. And what a topic to come back for. A really, really positive result for Tottenham to dig into.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get straight into it then. Dublin was the stage, Bayer Leverkusen the opponents, and Spurs pulled off a 2-1 win. Michael, beyond just the result, the sheer joy, what really caught your eye about how Spurs played?
Well, what struck me most was their composure, their control. You know, sometimes in these massive games, Spurs teams of the past might have looked a bit frantic,
Yeah.
but this performance felt really measured, assured. Ange Postecoglou's game plan, look, it was executed almost perfectly. They got a grip on that midfield, and crucially, when those chances came up front, they were, well, clinical, decisive.
That midfield trio, Bentancur, Madison, Bazuma, everyone's talking about them. What made them click so well on the night?
They worked brilliantly together, didn't they? Each one brought something different, but it just meshed. Bazuma sitting deep, sort of pivoting in front of the defense. He was exceptional, breaking up play, starting attacks.
Right.
Then you had Bentancur providing that, steal, getting stuck in, winning tackles. And Madison, well, he was the creative spark, wasn't he? Always looking forward. And of course, you always need those moments, those flashes of individual brilliance. Son Heung-min's goal 17 minutes in.
Textbook Son, wasn't it?
Exactly. That burst of pace, gets away from the defender, and then the finish. Clinical. Just set the perfect tone, really calmed any early nerves.
It really did. Such quality. And then that Madison free kick right on the stroke of halftime. Talk about a psychological boost.
Oh, massive. Absolutely massive. Going in 2-0 up at the break, that gives you such a cushion. It definitely settles things down. And the technique, the composure under that kind of pressure, yeah, that tells you a lot about Madison's mentality. But, while the attack was sharp, we can't forget Vicario in that second half.
No, absolutely not.
Leverkusen really came at them, threw everything forward, and he pulls off two massive saves. Huge saves. Those kept them in the lead. Game-winning moments. Simple as that.
Definitely pivotal. So let's dig a bit more into the tactics. Ange Postecoglou, we know his philosophy, that front foot football. How did that translate in a final? Did you see any maybe subtle tweaks?
The basic philosophy was definitely there, that attacking intent. But what impressed me was the pragmatism alongside it. Bit of tactical flexibility. You saw the fullbacks maybe not bombing forward quite as relentlessly. A bit more disciplined, perhaps aware of Leverkusen's threat on the counter.
Right, they picked their moments.
Exactly. And Bazuma's role, anchoring that midfield, was just so important. He cut off so many potential attacks through the middle, disrupted Leverkusen's whole rhythm. They really struggled to get anything going centrally.
It felt like that balance in midfield was the absolute key. Bentancur's bite, Madison's vision, Bazuma's energy. Just the perfect mix.
Precisely. Spot on. They complemented each other perfectly. Bentancur winning the ball back, Madison threading those passes, scoring that free kick, and Bazuma just everywhere, intersecting, covering ground. It gave Spurs real control in those crucial areas. And, let's not forget Kulusevski either.
Good point.
He didn't score, but his work rate, tracking back, helping out defensively, that was invaluable for keeping their shape and frustrating Leverkusen out wide. Really disciplined.
Okay, let's talk individuals then. Time for some virtual player ratings, perhaps, starting with Vicario in goal, those saves.
Yeah, Vicario's solid. Very solid. I'd give him an 8 out of 10. He looked confident all game, and like we said, those two second-half saves were absolutely crucial. Proper commanding presence.
And that central defensive partnership, Romero and Van de Ven, they've looked so good together.
Romero was immense.
Oh.
A proper warrior back there. For me, a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Won everything in the air, aggressive, organized the line brilliantly, a real leader.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
And Van de Ven, well, his pace is just frightening, isn't it? Got them out of trouble a couple of times, just recovered situations brilliantly. I'd say 8.5 for him. That speed is such an asset.
And the main man, James Madison, surely near the top mark.
Oh, absolutely. Man of the match for me. Has to be. A 9.5 out of 10. He just ran the show, didn't he?
Hmm.
Dictated the tempo, scored that fantastic free kick, always looking to create, thrived on the big occasion.
Definitely stepped up. And the captain, Son Heung-min. That early goal felt so vital.
Yeah, Son gets an 8 from me. Led from the front, like you expect. And that goal was just huge. Settled the whole team down, put them in charge early on. A captain's performance topped off with real quality.
And maybe one who didn't grab the headlines as much, Pedro Porro at wingback. How did you rate his game?
Yeah, I thought Porro was very disciplined. Maybe not as eye-catching going forward as sometimes, but defensively, really solid. Locked down that right side effectively. Kept Leverkusen quiet there. A good, solid 7.5 for me.
Yeah.
Reliable, worked hard.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit now. Think about the bigger picture. First European trophy for Spurs in 36 years. I mean, how significant is this win, really?
Oh, it's huge. Absolutely massive. Like you said, 1984. That's a long, long time for a club of Tottenham's stature and ambition. This trophy, it's more than just the silverware, isn't it? It's a statement. It's shaking off that, that nearly men tag they've sometimes had. It's tangible proof of progress under Postecoglou. And it gives those fans something concrete, something truly special to celebrate after all that waiting. It's like a weight lifted that monkey off their back.
And the fans, those scenes at the final whistle were just incredible. What do you think this means to them emotionally?
Pure joy. Just pure, unadulterated joy. And relief. Definitely a massive amount of relief, too. Spurs fans, look, they're incredibly loyal. They stuck by the team through thick and thin. This feels like a reward for all that support, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's that collective pride, that feeling of, we did it, and maybe renewed belief, hope for what's next. It feels like closing one long chapter and starting a really exciting new one.
And, you can't ignore the North London context. This must add a little spice to the rivalry.
Oh, without a doubt. Arsenal fans will definitely have noticed this one. Give Spurs definite bragging rights for a while. But more broadly, it puts Spurs properly back on the European map again. Winning a major European trophy gets you noticed.
So, looking ahead then, what does this Europa League win actually do for Spurs going forward? What are the implications?
Well, first off, practically speaking, it almost certainly means Champions League football next season. And that's huge. Financially, prestige-wise.
Yeah, attracts better players, too.
Exactly. That's the other big thing.
Yeah.
Winning trophies, competing in the Champions League. That makes you a much more attractive destination for top players in the transfer market. This win significantly boosts their pulling power.
And for Ange Postecoglou himself, he gets silverware pretty early in his tenure. Does this sort of cement his legacy already, or is it the start?
It's a fantastic start, isn't it? A brilliant foundation for his legacy. He's clearly changed the style, the mentality, and now he's got the trophy to back it all up. It gives him huge credibility, huge backing, as he looks to build a squad that can maybe challenge for league titles down the line. This summer's transfer window now becomes even more important, doesn't it? Build on this momentum.
So maybe not legendary status yet, but...
No, but it's the start. He's changed the culture, delivered silverware. If he adds a domestic cup or mounts a serious title challenge, then yeah, we're talking potentially golden status. This Europa League win, though, definitely chapter one of something potentially very special.
Michael, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all your insights on what was, well, just an unforgettable night for Spurs fans.
My pleasure, Emily. Really enjoyed digging into it. A great achievement, and always good to be back on the Westferry Times.
And thank you for watching the Westferry Times. To all of you joining us for this special deep dive, thanks for tuning in. Tottenham Hotspur, UEFA Europa League champions. It just shows what belief and maybe a bit of patience after all those years can do. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Westferry Times, for more deep dives like this one. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep the faith.